Hey, I'm Mackenzie.
And I'm Shelby.
And we love talking all things marketing, business, and life, but most of all, how to turn your ideas into strategy.
We work at Bing Bang, a small marketing company that pushes brands forward to grow their business.
On the Bing Bang Download, we're going to be delivering our best marketing advice with a mixture of inspiration, wittiness, and a creative kick in the ass.
Think of this as meeting your favorite marketing gals at happy hour to have raw conversations, share honest perspectives, and most importantly, learn key takeaways to empower you to create a plan and a brand to grow your business.
Shelby, are you ready to get this party started?
Let's do it, Mackenzie. This is the Bing Bang Download.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to the Bing Bang
I feel
Download.
like it was just yesterday that we
Was
talked.
it?
Yeah.
Or was it like 5 minutes ago?
It may have been more recent than that. But we have to be efficient. We have to do what we do. We're marketers, you know. We have to.
Time is money.
Time is money. Time is gold.
I know. Even you yesterday, you were like locked in on a proposal you were trying to get out, and like you had to reschedule a meeting because your mind got in the zone.
I did. I got in the zone. I had one of those days where I blocked my calendar. I prioritized this one project I had to do. One little meeting was sitting there. It's a very important meeting. Mm-hmm. It's rescheduled for today. But I hit my stride on my proposal writing about 5 minutes before that meeting was supposed to happen. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I have to cancel this because I know, and you know, we all know as creatives and marketers, that creativity can disappear. The wind can change and it's gone.
Right.
So I just could not take that break.
Take advantage of that time when you have it.
Yes. So, and I feel so much better about it today. I feel like a lighter person. I'm walking around like I'm walking on air.
Oh, look at you.
I know.
That happened to me last week. I came in and I was thinking of ideas for the podcast, and I was just started typing away, and Grace was like,
yeah, you did.
She's like, you're typing really loud. I'm like, I got this idea down and I have to get it
I know. Get those ideas out. We will have a later episode about the brain dump and how you can get those out in an organized way and set yourself up for success. But I mean, I'm just going to tell you right now, if you have to get them out, get them out.
Get them out.
Get them out.
Whether it's like, hey Siri, record this, and then just start talking, like make a voice note, and then you can go back to it. Or I open up my notes and I'll talk to my notes. Ugh, I am a weirdo.
Well, let's stay on that topic really quick and talk about some trends that are going to be happening in the new year. And we were just talking about this earlier.
Yeah.
You talking to your phone, me talking to my relative about a certain product, then me being served up ads about that certain product. Our phones are listening to us.
100%.
I mean, they are. Like at this point, we know that they are.
Yeah.
It's to give voice commands like Siri.
Yep.
It is to gather data, which feels icky, but I'm sorry. All your favorite apps are doing it.
And some of us sometimes enjoy it. Like I did need a new swimsuit, and I'm glad you served me that ad.
I feel offended by all the face cream and wrinkle. Like, so maybe the camera's looking at me too. I don't know. No. But
the smoothing effect can only do so much.
The Paris filter can only go so far for a mom of 3 children and a marketer. Let's be honest.
So
these wrinkles, I'm not going to blame all this on my kids.
No.
I'm going to blame this on you people. I'm kidding. But yeah, no. So that ties in with AI. Mm-hmm. AI is something that is not going away. It's only picking up steam in 2023. So expect more AI in your daily life. And so when I talk about AI, it's not even just those like beautiful images of people.
Right.
It's everything. Like it's been behind the scenes on all of our technology.
So what are your opinions on it?
We always blame the algorithm for either serving up the content we want, not serving, like shadow banning us. I have to say, it's making marketing more efficient. And so if I'm a person who is trying to build this audience or get my message across, I want to play nice with I am hoping that the algorithm and AI is gathering enough information about my target audience that then it will put my product in front of them. So as a marketer, we kind of have to play nice with the AI, even if it feels a little creepy, a little weird, a little invasive.
Yeah.
It's kind of like tough shit because that's where everything's going. It's not manual anymore. I mean, technology has gotten so smart where it can it can like even take the tone of my voice and be like, she is talking about something positive or she is talking about something negative. And so it can translate. I mean, there's so much it can do.
But you have to like use it in your favor, right? Like you can't just like be like, oh, AI is on my side. Like you have to create content that backs up what your audience is wanting.
Yes, you cannot rely fully on AI.
Yeah.
Yes.
Even like, I think they were doing some AI. Rodney likes to look into that stuff. And there was one about brand messaging. Like you just threw in some words you wanted to include and like it came up with a sentence. And I'm like, I hate this. Nope. It's just like, it takes me being like, relationships are everything. It takes that human connection out of it. And I'm like, no, just sit down and write a brand statement.
I know.
That's like me becoming an old fart in the marketing.
Like me.
Yeah.
I know. Exactly. I know. So yeah, AI, it's.
But again, time is money.
Time is money, baby. It's ramping up in 2023. What else is ramping up in 2023? Short form video.
Okay. I love.
Okay, watch. If you are only listening to this, Shelby is climbing to the top of her soapbox. Okay, she's in place.
I love both short form and long form content. They both serve a purpose.
Of course they do.
But the way people are consuming content nowadays, it's leaning towards short form video. So it's just it's only a matter of time before you have to implement it into your business. Otherwise, it's just you're going to be, I don't want to say behind. You're never behind. Like it's never too late to get in the game, but you have to start utilizing it to position your brand in front of the audience that you want to talk to.
Yep.
And they have short attention spans. They like quick things to change quick. You know, I was even talking with John. We're editing a reel for Drive Clean, and I'm like, add some like hard cuts and throw some text in. And it's just like, that's what keeps people engaged in the short form video content. And you can still get a message across, and it doesn't always have to be pointing or mouthing anything, but there's a way you can do short form content that can relate to your brand in such a powerful way that'll move you forward.
It is. And again, you have to meet people where they are. People are busier than ever. They have more on their plate than ever. They want to scroll and see something, be impacted by it. Like if in the first couple seconds you don't have them hooked, then sorry. Like that can be entertainment, education, that can be anything. So I agree. And short form video is a great tool to get them to consume your long form. So again, there's both a place,
100%.
a time and a place for everything.
And I love shooting a long form piece of content. Like even this podcast is a long form piece of content, and then taking that out and making, which is exactly what we do. We take little bits of it for our social content. Hello. Hi. And it's just more effective. And again, time is money. So take one long form piece of content and cut it into your shortened stuff, and it just saves you guys a lot of brain power.
It's true, and I'm going to segue again about short form content. And this is something that's going to break your heart.
Oh no.
Okay. Shortened messaging.
No more fluff.
Shelby is a fluffy writer. She's a strong writer. She loves to tell a story in so many words. A lot of words. Shelby likes to tell a story, but people just don't have the attention span for blogs or long captions anymore. So even you pair a short caption with a short form video, you're going to have the most success with that. And I know that breaks my heart too, because I feel like, I have a personal blog. I love to get my feelings out through words. And again, use your short form caption to get them to that long form place where you need to be. It's not that it's going to disappear, but when you're thinking about your marketing, when you're thinking about your social strategy, your digital strategy, shorter is better.
Or even think about, with your social strategy. Sorry, I just relate to social because that's what I'm in every day. Like there's the short form content and captions, those serve a purpose. Like you're going to reach a greater audience that has no idea who like Bing Bang is or whatever through that short form piece of content. But then then you have support of like the longer, fluffier stuff. So once they're like in your world and they're starting to see your stuff more, they're more inclined to read what you have to say.
They trust you. They're loyal to your brand. They trust that you're going to give them something worth their time, and we always do. Give me a break.
Right, and it doesn't happen overnight. We were having that conversation with a client. Like they expect one post and you're going to get like $1 million worth of sales, and it's like, no, this stuff takes a long time. And we even saw that with our numbers that we broke out in 2022. It's like this is just the start of the long game. Like, we're just starting.
Yes,
and
we
it
are.
was just a year, and we had such a successful year in it. But you have to keep that momentum going and continue to evolve and tell those stories and get your audience more engaged with who you are as a brand.
Yes, absolutely. I love it. I love it. And speaking of trust, we want you to trust us on what we're going to talk about today.
Yeah.
Kick us off. What are we talking about today?
We are talking about our not our strategy. It's our, I want to call it our 3-part approach to marketing solutions.
Yeah, I call it our internal process.
Oh,
You can
that's
call
a
it
good
whatever
one
you
too.
want to call it.
I like it. That's again, quick and to the point. Fluffy.
No, I also call it our model.
Yes, it's
you
our
know,
model.
Our creativity model. But yeah, it's what we have transitioned to in the past few years. It is what we bring everyone through the business goes through the same process, because why? Process is consistency. Consistency proves results. Like, yeah, why? Hey, what does his face say? Trust the process.
Trust the process. And you know, so many times people come in here and they have so many ideas. They want to accomplish so many things. And it's so nice to break it down and like, okay, let's focus on this one goal that you have. And it's kind of what we want, because we're going to guide you guys through the process. So when you're going through this, think of that one goal or that one project that you want to accomplish, let's say in this quarter, and implement this process into that, because you got to start there before, and you can use it for multiple projects too, but it takes it down and like you can start to work backwards. Like, here's what we want to do and here's how we're going to get there.
Yes, it makes me feel like it takes the anxiety out of something that can feel overwhelming and puts it, it compartmentalize it. So you don't feel like, oh my gosh, I have to accomplish all this at once. No, we do our 3-step process, which is solve, create, deliver. And let's just talk about like why processes work.
Yeah.
So I'm always going to bring facts and stats.
Max stats.
Max stats. Oh boy, I thought we dropped that. Hilarious.
No.
Okay. Today, yes, we're going to tell you to trust this process. If it works for us, it's going to work for you, because we're all trying to get the same thing, and that is results, right? So the very definition of process is a series of actions or steps taken in order to achieve a particular end. So simple. So simple. And so there are actually 3 elements to a process. Those 3 elements are 1, input, 2, the process, the meat, and 3, the output. Yeah. We've transitioned those. We've called them solve, create, deliver. They essentially mean the exact same thing. Input is solve, process is create, output is deliver. We broke it down to be so simple because you cannot deliver results without creating that piece of whatever. But before you do that, you have to solve the problem. Like, what is the problem you're trying to solve with that content?
Right.
You cannot get results without those first 2 steps. You can't even dive into the create portion without solving first. And so we'll get into that, but you have to make rhyme and reason of it. And that's where I think a lot of people get in trouble. They're like, I'm just going to create. I'm just going to sit down and start creating. And like, well, that's okay. At least give yourself like a little bit of guidance of, why am I doing this? What problem am I trying to solve? And ultimately, what do I want to get out of whatever it is I'm about to do? It's so simple that's silly.
It was even like, I keep bringing up this conversation. We had a really good conversation with a client today, and he was like, they want me to start posting about this thing, but it's not like ready yet. And they just want me to post it. And like, we came back and I'm like, yes, we need to have a plan. And like, why are we posting it? Like, what is the goal of us posting this now versus we can create a strategy and a plan so it can be more effective when we post about it later down the road. So it's even educating. I know we deal with a lot of people in our world, people that don't understand what we do all the time, and educating them like, great, I love that you want us to share about this, but here's why we shouldn't. And why are we wanting to post that right now?
Yes, exactly. And I mean, if you look at your whole marketing strategy, of course, take all those things, compartmentalize again. What are the solve aspects? What are the create aspects? What do you want to deliver? But then if you know that you need to get like results quickly, or you want to take like some quick messy action, like Shelby says, you can do like a micro solve, create, deliver with just that one tactic too. It's so scalable.
Yeah.
It is so scalable. And it's just like, okay, I need to do this one thing. you can solve, create, deliver by going to the grocery store. Like this is such a process that you can implement anywhere. It is so simple. And some people are probably listening and they're like, yeah, this is how I am. But marketers, I feel like we have so much on our plate. Again, I feel like a lot of people might just be like, oh my gosh, it is that simple. I can do that.
Yeah. Even like with us, when we decided we wanted to, we're gonna talk about this in relation to our Bing Bang newsletter that we started back up this past summer. And you see this big thing that you want to attain. It's, we want to start posting again on our newsletter. But it's like, let's take a step back. The Solve, Create, Deliver process allows us to go back and kind of delegate tasks and for each person involved. So it doesn't seem as overwhelming, and you have daily tasks, weekly tasks, monthly tasks, whatever. Try saying tasks.
Tasks. The task and the task and it takes us.
It was pretty impressive.
ASMR.
Shifting niches. But it helps everyone kind of get on the same page, and it doesn't seem as overwhelming once you're able to lay it all out there.
Yes. It just makes it feel like, oh my gosh, I can chip away at this, then I can do this, then I can do this. I can actually do this rather than it being like this gigantic thing that's looming over me that I'm never going to be able to accomplish.
Right. So let's dive into, well, maybe we should give a little backstory about the Bing Bang newsletter. We wanted to start this newsletter back. We used to have it. You guys used to do it.
We did, and it was just a nice way to check in with our clients that we were already working with, and also try to get, show off what we're doing to prospective clients. Just kind of a nice little check-in with them. We did it every other week or maybe once a month. It was, and it got to be pretty inconsistent just as schedules and things.
Right.
But
so it was just like kind of wrong. It doesn't mean the tactic was unsuccessful. It was just wrong time, different priorities kind of thing. So it became a priority back on our plates right before you were about to head off to maternity leave, and we wanted to keep that touch point with our clients that you so often have. So we're like, let's bring back the Bing Bang download. Well, it wasn't called the Bing Bang download.
It was called the Bing Bang download.
Was it?
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
It lives on.
I know.
Here it is, a new form.
My legacy.
That legacy lives on. So we wanted to do that. We wanted to continue making that touch point with clients. And so we're like, newsletter is a great way. I can do my fluffy writing that we all know and love. And
the Shelby filter, as I have called it.
We can show off our work, yada, yada, yada. So that's what we wanted to solve, was how can we create a touch point to our clients?
Yes, how can we share our clients what, show them off, show off the work that they're working so hard to do. And then also, inspire other clients like, oh, I didn't know so-and-so was doing that. I want to do that. So just kind of show off and excite everybody. But you're exactly right. Just have that touch point with them because we're not able to do that with everybody every other week or every week.
Right. And it kind of leads into create, because we went about create in the form of a newsletter, but we could have approached it in so many different ways. We could have done like a weekly live show on Facebook, or we could have created like monthly recap videos, or we could have gone about it so many different ways. But what best fit for us and our business was creating a newsletter that can be sent to their inbox every Tuesday.
Yep, exactly. So yes, while we were creating the newsletter itself, we were also doing, again, like little micro creations inside of it. So inside, we are showing off portfolio. We are putting together freebies. There's, create step can be as big or as small as you want it. All the steps can be. But for us, it's almost like a 2-step for the create, the newsletter, and then what is inside the newsletter, because that changes from week to week. It's pretty consistent, but obviously what we're showing off changes.
Yeah. And it's so like when you think of it in relation to the project that you have in your head, like the create portion, it can be so many things. Like I kind of started sharing some, but it could be a digital campaign, social media strategy, brand video, case studies. We, as a full service marketing agency, like we literally see all the possibilities of what this create portion could be. And it's what we thrive in.
Yeah, it seriously is. And back to when clients come to, I love the create portion, just because that's when we get to have the most fun, right? That's the shoots, that's the clients, that's the talent, that's the voiceover, that's, everything. But how many times do we have to say like, whoa, 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 we have to bring you in for the creative strategy. We have to solve this first. Like, what are we solving?
Right.
We're not just going to create a video to create a video.
It gets back to the why of why we're doing this in the first place.
Exactly. And then the most important part probably for us is the deliver step. So it's the final step. This is where we get to see, did our process work? Are we delivering results back to that goal that we set in the solve portion? Like, did we put our money where our mouth was essentially? And then did the content do the work that it was supposed to do? So we love it when we get to share those results with the client and say, guess what? Everything we talked about in that creative strategy session into the content, it all worked. And here's the numbers. Like, here's what we did and here's how we met your goals. So, I mean...
And I want to pause too, because not everything that we're going to deliver is going to be the numbers that we project. Yeah, in the green. And that's okay. Like, that's okay. That shows you how you can pivot. It's not to say that the strategy was wrong or what we created was bad. It's how can we use the information that we gathered from the deliver portion to evolve what we've already done. We just have now more information that we can use to get to that solve goal that we set out to get. And that's what's so great even about a marketing partner. Like, the longer you work with them, the more ingrained they are in your brand and your business, and they can start to, they have the same goals you do. It's it's like we're a part of your brand. We're an extension of your brand, and we want to see those numbers in the green too, just like you do.
Exactly. And go back to what we were talking about at the very top of the show, AI, data. There's so much more that we can mine and learn in that deliver portion. Like, there's just so many metrics that we can dive into. And if it wasn't like knocked it out of the park of success, we use all of that information to pivot or to change our key messaging or to change our creative. That's just, it's a win no matter what, because you're learning so much about your audience or how your content performed. You're learning so much about yourself as a business. It's just, it's so cool. And it is seriously available. Like, 3 steps. I know. It's so easy.
And I think people get so caught up in, like, especially people that aren't in our world, like, well, was there an ROI? Did we, like, all this stuff? And it's like, it's so much greater than that ROI, or did we reach the number that we did? Because you're not, like, not doing anything by not reaching that goal. You know what I mean?
Right. And so, yes, you're going to get a return on investment regardless, because we can deliver it to you like in a succinct way. Like, here was the issue, here was what we did, and then here are those results. So again, yes, you're getting that return. We're eventually going to get you up into the green, because that's what we do, especially at Bing Bang. So while you're doing this yourself, always know we're over here.
Yeah.
We want to get you in here.
And that's what was so awesome about our newsletter, that when we went through this process, when we looked back at the end of 2022, we were able to look at those stats and those numbers, and they were in the green. After 13 emails, we were able to get a 2.97 click-through rate. That means that 2.9% like were clicking on the links that are in our newsletter. And like we said, we were linking them back to the website to look at our projects, to connect with us on social media. Like, so that's a good click-through rate.
That is above the industry average, which, you know.
That's a max stat.
That's a max stat. I don't want to brag. Oh gosh, you got that one big laugh out of me, that one big annoying laugh out of me. You're going to get one every episode. No, and it's so cool to see that. It's so cool to report that back to our leadership team. It's so cool to report that back to the whole company. We're going to have our big company meeting here next week. I love to be able to say the solve, create, deliver process works for us. We are walking the walk. We're not just talking the talk. We have our clients do it. We do it ourselves. And it's just, gosh, it just gives me such like peace to be able to be like, here's why, and here's how we're going to change and tweak to do it again.
I love it. And if you guys love it too, or if you have any questions about this process, you can send us a DM on Instagram at It's Bing Bang, or even leave a review too. We can read those and answer those questions, and we'd love to dive into it more and have further discussion, because like this is Mackenzie's like bread and butter baby.
It really is, especially, you know, if you're a one-man shop, if you have a huge team, if you have a huge goal on your plate as that marketing person. I mean, even if you have some ideas that you want to move your department forward, your organization forward, you know, try it yourself. Sure. If you feel like it's still too much, like we have the resources, we have, especially, in our Solve, it's those creative strategy meetings. So it's a 2-hour meeting. We're going to talk you through all your pain points. We're going to throw them at the wall. We're going to really dissect and pick apart, like, what are we really trying to do? Then, oh my gosh, the create. Look at this. Look at this. Look at the cameras. Look at the talent. Look at this beautiful content we can make. It's gorgeous, darling. We can do anything. Oh my God. We can do it all.
You're like, I'm a little East Coast grandmother.
Yeah.
That's what that accent is.
I know. It always reminds me of, and we can cut this if we want to, but I watched that one episode of Say Yes to the Dress, and the grandma was like,
You've brought this up before?
I know. She goes, she looked absolutely gorgeous.
Like
she looked absolutely gorgeous.
Like she just took a drag off her cigarette.
She looked absolutely gorgeous. Oh my God. And you know what? The Solve, Create, Deliver looks absolutely gorgeous on you.
It does.
And you.
You have been the queen of segues today, and I can't thank you enough.
Oh my gosh. I love a good segue.
That's why you got to come back next time.
Come back. The segues, the accents. We're going to get John on here at some point, and we're going to do our Fargo accent. That was pretty bad, but whatever. Okay.
Minnesota?
Oh, jeez.
We won't start that.
There's one thing I didn't want to bring over from the old podcast to the new is that
Minnesota accent.
Oh my gosh, you guys, rate the show, follow the show, review the show.
Yep.
What else can they do?
DM us with any questions, comments, what you want us to talk about.
Engage with us.
Engage with us, because we love engagement, not just for ourselves, but we love giving it.
Yeah, we do.
You can't just receive. That's a friend's quote, like receive and give and have and share or something.
Yes.
Remember Joey for Monica?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I do. Yes.
Same brain.
Oh my gosh. Same brain. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.